Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a wild story for you here today titled Soldier Discovers His Wife Had Been Cheating on Him While on Deployment and He Gets Brutal Revenge on Her. So from what I understand, this actually happens to a lot of guys who go off to serve in the military, is while they are, out there serving their country, doing what it is that they do, their wives are typically back at home screwing around with random dudes while they are on deployment. I have seen this story happen so many times to so many different dudes. It is actually incredibly damn sad at this point. But guys, before we jump into the episode, don't forget to like the video on your way in. Don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. And let's see what exactly happened. So it's a 31-year-old guy, and it goes, a 31-year-old soldier returns from deployment only to find that his 29-year-old wife hasn't been as loyal as he was overseas. Okay, he says, I was fighting for my country. She was sleeping with somebody else. I'm a 31-year-old male, and my now ex-wife is 29. We'd been married for 6 years. Wow, so this guy was 25, and she was, what, 23 when they got married-ish, give or take a year, right? So they got married early, as far as modern-day relationships are concerned. And he says, I thought things were solid before I was deployed overseas for a 9-month rotation. Military life is tough, sure, but we'd been through long stretches apart before and came out fine, or so I thought. Yeah, so if your wife cheats on you, by the way, while you're on one of these deployments, chances are she was probably doing it for all of the deployments. He says, I was stationed in Eastern Europe, and every day felt like a countdown until I could get back to her. We video chatted a couple times a week. She would send care packages, and everything felt normal, except it wasn't normal. I wonder what the infidelity rates for the military must be, in terms of like how many of the wives and girlfriends, mind you, have been faithful while the dudes have been away overseas. I think it would be very damn minimal, to be honest with you. And what I mean by that is I think a lot of women are cheating, to make it clear. Something felt off with her, but I brushed it off. About halfway through my deployment, he says, the calls got shorter. She always seemed busy or distracted. Sometimes I'd catch her half-dressed when she answered. She said it was just a hot day or she was doing laundry. Dumb, I know, but I wanted to believe her. Friends back home started asking odd questions. Are you and Sarah doing okay? Everything cool between you two. It didn't click at the time, but in hindsight, they were trying to give me a soft warning. I never understand these people who do like soft warnings, okay? If he's referring to friends and family members, they should tell you their suspicions immediately, in my opinion, right? Because a true friend is someone who's actually going to tell you what is going on and not beat around the bush, right? If your wife is cheating on you, if your girlfriend is cheating on you, you would want to hope that the friends you have or the family you have are going to actually tell you rather than beat around the bush and ask questions like this, in my opinion. He says, I was 3 weeks out from returning home when one of her friends, someone I barely knew, messaged me on Instagram. Just one sentence, I'm sorry, but you need to know what she's been doing. Attached with screenshots, texts, photos, videos even. My wife had been hooking up with another guy for months, a bartender from out of town no less, and not just once, regularly at our house and in our bed. You know what my first thought is when I see this happen, guys? So some woman who is this? It's one of her friends lets the guy know. You know what I think happened? I think that this friend was probably hooking up with this bartender as well, and she got pissed off, right? I think like it sounds stupid, but I think there's a reasonable possibility of that happening. And this friend just said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to tell your husband what you've been doing because you keep trying to steal this guy and he's mine. I can definitely see that being the reality, guys, because I don't think, oftentimes women's friends are not going to text you because they're good people because the girl is cheating on you. Oftentimes women will cover this stuff up for each other. So something tells me that something is going on behind the scenes. Maybe the women are in competition with each other. That's my first thought, at least. He says, I didn't explode. I got strategic. I didn't reply to her friend. I didn't confront the woman. I didn't even let my buddies see the rage I had. I just waited and I planned. I contacted a lawyer from over there and began the divorce paperwork before I even returned home. I made arrangements with my unit to extend leave by a few days. I canceled the lease that was under my name, drained the joint account into a new one, and rerouted all the mail. Okay. He says, when I got home, I didn't tell her that I was arriving a day early. I had her car tracked, something I'd set up before I left for emergencies. That night, I waited outside our house in a rental car until I saw her and her bartender boyfriend pull into our driveway. He went inside with her. I walked up to the door, I used my house key, and I walked in like I own the place because I did. He turned white and she froze. I didn't yell, I just smiled and said, hope the two of you enjoyed the place. You've got until the end of the week to get out. I've already filed. so he just follows them in and says, hey, glad you've been having fun, but I have submitted the divorce papers and you guys have 1 week to get out. That's hilarious. I think the dudes, you know, I don't know if there's some sort of legal time frame stipulation that you have to give people, but me, I wouldn't even give people 1 week. I'd be like, you know what? Two days max, and there will be someone here who will be changing the locks on your ass, so you better get out ASAP. You know what I mean? I think 1 week for these women is damn generous. So she cried, she screamed, she begged, she even accused me of betraying her. How could you plan this behind my back? I always find this gaslighting to be so funny. You know, like when women pull out this gaslighting, it's just so weak, right? Because they've been doing all the nonsense. You just have to look at them like, what are you even talking about? Like, how are you even trying to blame it on the dude in this situation? He says, easy, you broke the contract first. I served her the divorce papers in front of her quote-unquote boyfriend and walked out. In the weeks that followed, she lost the house, she lost the car, that was under my name, and access to any of our shared finances. Her parents were furious, mine were disappointed but supportive, and the bartender ghosted her within days. Oh, I love it. I love it, man. It's so funny. He says, it's been a year now. I'm doing just fine. I'm back on base, stronger than ever. Excuse me. I've started seeing someone new, a military nurse. Ooh, buddy, I don't know about nurses. I've heard a lot of negative things about nurses over the years doing this kind of content, man. A military nurse who actually gets the lifestyle. There is no drama, there is no lies, and there is no betrayal. Sarah tried reaching out. She sent me emails. She sent me messages, even mailed me a handwritten letter talking about how she quote unquote made a mistake and still loves me, but I didn't reply. So let's do a recap on this story, okay? This dude is out there serving military time overseas. The wife cheats on him. One of her friends rats her out to the husband, okay? The dude organizes to divorce her ahead of time, which he does. She flips out. He gives her 1 week to leave, and she loses everything. And so she continually emails him and sends him messages because she regrets everything. And to top it all off, by the way, right? I don't know if I said in that, the dude ghosted her ass. So she didn't even end up with the chat on the other end. She just ended up with nothing. Absolute chef's kiss of a story, guys. Beautiful stuff here. We're going to be leaving it there. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.